the Women Unleashed podcast. Join us as we share with you the fun, confronting, wild, fucked up, epic, and raw side of being a woman in today's world. Nothing is off limits. Allow yourself to be inspired to be unleashed.
We acknowledge that we are recording our podcast on the traditional country of the Turrbal and Yagara people and pay respect to their elders past and present. We acknowledge and respect their continuing culture and contribution they make to this community.
Welcome back to the Women Unleashed podcast. I am your co-host Britt, and Taylor, our other co-host, is here as always. And today we're going to talk about step parenting. Woohoo!
Woohoo! Yeah, so Britt, you are a step parent.
That is right. I am a bonus parent, actually.
Yeah, I like how you call it that.
Yeah, I think step parent, like the context that the world has for step parent, maybe, or yeah, like most people has for step parent is like not positive or empowering. I like bonus parent, bonus mum context.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to go with. Now, the context of this discussion is I'm a bonus mum to two beautiful children, and I have not had kids myself.
Yeah,
I know,
which I think is an interesting context to be, because it's not just how to be like a bonus parent, but also how to be a parent in general.
full stop, yeah, because I've never been one myself. So that's the context of the discussion, because there are other scenarios where you've had children of your own, you meet somebody else, they have children.
Yeah, so you've got blended families.
Yeah, parent all the kids. But yeah, that's just not mine.
No, so how did it go being a parent?
How's it going?
Yeah. Well, how did it go at the start? What was it like at the start?
Oh, I wanted them to like me, and they wanted me to like them too, which is cool. They were really, I think I was more scared of them than they were of me. Like they were really pumped to have someone like me in their life, and I just wanted to get it right. So, yeah, I was nervous, scared. Definitely like left the parenting up to Nathan at the start.
Yeah. Which I think most people would. Like, it's probably not your place at the start to be like the disciplinary and stuff like that. Like, it's not, it's not the space for you to come in and just like start taking charge and things like that. Yeah.
And actually, what I'm like just seeing now is probably like a shortcoming of how I was at the start was I thought I needed to parent them, and that sort of really, in some ways, I didn't observe enough of the way that he was parenting them to learn a lot. I mean, I have learned a lot from him, but maybe I could have learned more,
Yeah.
So that what that looked like was being a bit trying to be their friend, being a bit reserved when it came to like parent hard discussions or whatever. And something I've always struggled with is because I haven't had kids myself. Like I don't know what it's like to love a child.
That's a good point.
Like I've just not had one before, so I've really, like, not intentionally, it's just happened, as I've hung out with these kids more and gone on holidays and created really cool memories together. Like I've become quite connected to them, and loving of them. And it's something I still struggle with because they don't spend 100% of the time with us either.
Yep.
So so at the start I was pretty like reserved, and then I thought I tried parenting the way he does, and that was completely inauthentic as well.
Yep.
And didn't really go down. Not that it didn't go down well. It's just that I was getting frustrated because what was happening was like they'd always ask him, and I'm like, but hang on, like I'm a valid like parent in this house. Like, why do you keep asking him for stuff? Like, what is missing over here with me, such that they feel like they can't come to me and ask just even the basic questions like, where's the sauce? Or like, can I have hot dogs for lunch? Or, you know, just stuff like that.
Yeah, stuff that's not really a big deal.
Yes. Yeah. So I noticed that and was like, oh, like I got frustrated by it. And I was like, what's going on? You know? And, yeah, then I realized I was trying to parent like he was, and it wasn't really natural for me to be someone else, clearly. So when I acknowledged that with both of them, then there was this really beautiful, like, open space, and they were really connected to me. So they would come to me and ask all sorts of questions. And
yeah, that's awesome. Britt.
I think I created more of a safe space for them by being me.
Yeah.
With them.
Yeah, and it's a big role, and it's important. Being, you know, a step parent or a bonus mum is just as important. You know, you have just a bigger impact on their lives as their own biological parents in some ways. Like,
Yeah.
you know, and especially those people who have been in children's lives from a young age. You know, you're just as important.
Yeah.
In some, like, I understand biological parents are, you know, that you can't take that away from someone, but you still have just as big an impact if you're in their lives all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so it's good that you've been, like, aware of these things and working on being the best you can be
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah, being me for them. Yeah, so since doing that, I've also been free to, like, make some calls, you know, like some tough parenting calls.
Oh, you're a tough person.
Yeah, like, you know, certain, like, you know, someone wanted to go do something, but their behaviors are really just not workable. And, you know, my partner was like, was kind of like, you know, was going to let them go do the fun thing that they wanted. Even though, like, he was having a conversation to say, you know, this doesn't work, but we're still going to let them go. And I just sort of went, actually, no, like, this is not happening at all. Like, it's just, it's who you're being is not consistent with someone that we would let go and do that, you know, and be that way around their friends. Like, we don't want you to go be that way around your friends. That's horrible. Like, cut it out. So yeah, that took something, like, of me, and was pretty. It was a defining moment in my parenting.
Yeah, right. And how did it go with your partner saying?
Yeah, it was fine. There was that, like, ooh, like I was stepping out, you know, and I was like, like, am I going to get this right or not? But I did it anyway. And yeah, he backed me and we're all fine.
Yeah,
We're
cool.
all good.
Yeah, because I think sometimes people, parents, when they, you know, meet a new partner and then have to share the parenting, sometimes it's like, no, you're not parenting my child. Like, I take on that and you just kind of be there for the fun stuff or whatever else.
Yeah.
Which is fun, you know, that could work.
Or they're like, I don't want to parent your child. I just want to be the fun person or whatever.
Yeah, but unfortunately you both kind of have to.
Yeah, but it gets awkward,
sometimes.
right? Because then you're just, like, leaving that person in the, like...
Well, it looks like bad guy, good guy, you know? And that's not really...
Yeah, or it's like... Because kids aren't stupid, right? Like, they pick up on, like, energies and vibes and whatnot. And if you can't freely parent, like, even if it's your child or not, then I want to say, like, they may not respect you, but they may not also respect, like, the partnership that you have, maybe. Because what's important to me in being a bonus parent is that they respect me exactly the same way as they do their biological parents.
Yeah.
So, you know, treat others how you would like to be treated. That's one of the rules in our home. And, yeah, so that's just consistent with that.
Yeah, cool. Okay.
So, yeah, I'm just trying to think what other moments have stood out.
How's it gone? Co-parenting with their, you know, mum or stepdad or...
Yeah,
you know,
their biological mum.
Yeah.
That's a good question. Look, we've got a good relationship with her, you know, like, actually, yeah, we've got a good relationship. like when at any sporting event that we're at and she's at, you know, we'll sit on the same picnic rug and chat. And she's got another daughter as well. And yeah, we hang out and play together and have fun. And yeah, I speak to her family when they're around, and yeah, just
nice. So it all, like, you all work together. That's really cool.
Yeah, it is very cool. Yeah. And you know, my partner's done an incredible job of creating that kind of relationship with her and her family to make that possible. And going like that, there's another element there, like being like, not wanting to have her be left with that, like, I'm a better parent than you. Because, you know, I definitely have had that opinion of myself in the past, and I actually don't know what it takes to be a parent like her. So, and also having her get, like, I'm not taking her children away from her. Like, it's not, like, there's not a finite amount of...
You're not a replacement.
Not a replacement. And also, like, there's not a finite amount of love that goes around. Like, love is infinite. And them showing me love doesn't mean they're going to show her any less love.
Yeah, that's really cool. So has that been, like, a conversation you've had, or are you just creating that space?
I haven't had the conversation with her about that. And I've just... acknowledged that existed for me, and then just being free to be around her, like, you know, receive cuddles from the kids when we drop them off in front of her, or you know, like,
yeah, just being natural, not trying to like pretend.
And really, yeah, embracing them rather than like, oh, like if I was worried about what she thinks whilst they're giving me a cuddle or we're having a chat, like, then I'm not being me.
Yeah, and it's not fair to them either, you know.
Yeah, they can tell as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's actually a really cool point.
Cool.
Yeah. I'm just trying to explore other bits of parenting. Like, well, we've been away on holidays together. Like, actually, like, adjusting to when they're there and when they're not. Like, it took a little while for me to, like, not long, but enough time for me to go, oh, I wish they were here, like, all the time. You know, I like having them around.
Yeah,
like when they are themselves, it's fun. It's really fun to have them around.
Cool.
And
how do you go, I guess, with sharing your relationship with Nathan and then having keeping that connection between the two of you?
I don't feel like there's any need to share. Like, there's no pie that gets divided. Like,
no. Yeah. That's a good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, sometimes people were like, oh, my relationship's lacking. Well, you know, it doesn't work.
Because the kids take away from it or whatever.
Yeah.
No, I don't experience that at all. I'm just sort of looking, like, yeah, no, it doesn't. It doesn't. Like, there's stuff that comes up that we deal with, but I don't think it detracts from, like, the love that we have for each other.
Yeah,
and how
things you do together.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, the activities that we do together, we're always, like, out and about, you know, climbing mountains. Like, they come hiking and climbing mountains that I've never climbed at their age. And even, you know, if I'm going over a big rock thinking, geez, how is so-and-so going to get over this? And then they just do, and they follow you, and you just have a great time adventuring together. And yeah, it's a pretty cool gig being a bonus mum.
Yeah, it sounds like you really take it on and have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah. So that's about it, really.
Yeah, cool. Well, thank you all for listening, and have fun sharing what you've gotten for yourself out of listening to this episode. Our goal is for our content to reach as many people as possible and become the #1 women empowerment podcast in Australia. Our call to action is that you contribute to your fellow women by sharing this episode, leaving a review, and following us on social media. All right, bye for now.